Simon French, chief economist at Panmure Gordon, told Bloomberg that Theresa May and Philip Hammond will continue in government until the first quarter of 2019 and then be kicked out by the Tory party. Mr. French believes the pair will be ousted before the Brexit deadline of March 2019 because the exit deal will not be passed by Parliament. When questioned about whether Britain is going to crash out and get no deal, Mr. French said, "I think it's probably the most likely outcome right now. The reason I say that is not because I don't think Theresa May and her Brexit team will get a deal. I just don't think the Parliament will support it." Bloomberg, chief economist at Panmure Gordon, believes Theresa May and Philip Hammond will be voted out in 2019 for two reasons. First of all, you have the Labour Party who will be, and they already are, you saw at the conference last week, smelling the opportunity of an early general election on which they can seize power and say, look, we can go back to Europe and get something different. Go back to the country and get something different domestically. And then you have the interesting prospect of an unholy alliance with the hard brexiteers who do not want to transition, who do not want a soft version, an EFTA-type model, a Swiss plus Canadian CETA. They just want crashing straight out in self-determination. If they vote in Parliament alongside Labour and potentially the SNP, that is a critical mass of politicians to force the UK out with no deal. Theresa May said the UK could begin to part from EU rules as soon as the UK leaves the Brussels bloc in 2019. She said, "There are areas where, looking to the future, we may have the same goals, but think of different ways of achieving them." She added that some ministers are creating plans to deal with the consequences of the UK leaving without a deal. Speaking on the BBC's Andrew Marr show yesterday, Mrs. May said government is working on what would need to be put in place if there was no deal. "What we're also working on is ensuring we get a deal, and we get the right deal for the UK." A number of Tory MPs and business figures wrote to Theresa May, insisting she quit the Brussels negotiations by the end of December if EU officials are still not at the point of discussing trade deals. But senior Tories have indicated that trade talks with the EU are set to begin over Christmas.